Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? Welcome to the start of another weekly craft vlog. It is Sunday the 31st of August. It is blowing a gale. The sun has just come out. It's really lovely. So thank you to all of you who are watching my vlogs. I've restarted them a couple of weeks ago now. So yeah, this is my third week on the trot. So I'm really happy to be just sort of documenting my crafting journey. It has pretty much been sort of heavily focused on knitting at the moment, but I am going to be branching out into other crafts and things just as I start taking them back up again. So yeah, join me this week as we sort of go through what I'm working on and everything else. So yeah, I finished off last week's vlog yesterday as I was filming, with letting you all know that I'd spotted an error in the sock pattern that I was working on. Now this is a free sock pattern on Ravelry. It is linked down below, so you know, go have a little look at it if you want. It's a really nice pattern actually. It's really straightforward to follow, but yeah, just a little error. So the pattern is the Broken Record Broken Rib Socks. This is it here by Alex Parker Mooney. Now here is how it is working up. I've now turned the heel, I've done my gusset decreases, and I'm just onto the foot. The yarn is Kinkle Zigzag in the shade Clown. It's working quite nicely. And as I mentioned to you in the last vlog, I wish I'd had contrast. I think it'd been really nice with a contrast heel and cuff, but never mind. It's working up nicely, and I always think it's really interesting actually when you've got a pattern that you can sort of see what the yarn looks like in that versus what it looks like in just plain stocking, like stockinette. So obviously the sole is just in stockinette. You can sort of see the pattern a little bit better compared to in like the ribbed section, like the broken rib. But so we'll see how that works up as the foot goes, and we'll have a direct contrast from like the top of the foot versus the sole. Oh my god, it's actually really warm now the sun's come out. Let me just take my hoodie off. You just don't know what to do. The weather is absolutely crackers. Yeah, I'm in the west coast of Scotland, for those of you that I'm not, well, southwest of Scotland, and we only moved here a few months ago, and I love it. It's crazy. I love like proper weather. Anyway, yeah, this has been coming on really nicely. I started it just a few days ago, knitting up nicely. But yeah, there is a mistake in the pattern, so I'm happy to discuss it with you because it is a free pattern. You can go and look at it yourself. I've popped it in my Ravelry notes. I've linked my Ravelry project for this down below as well. So yeah, it's basically, once you've done the rib, it's just a 2-row pattern repeat, whereby you've got one of the rows is like the knits and the pearls, and the second row is like a pure knit. So you've got like a row of pattern, a row of knit, row of pattern, row of knit, and that's what creates the broken rib pattern. So that's all easy, you know, to follow. Just like row 1 this, row 2 that, row 3 this, row 3, you know, so it just repeats on. Now you do the heel flap, turn the heel, and then you do the gusset setup so that you're picking up your gusset stitches. And then it starts on where you're going to be doing your first row after picking up the gusset stitches. And what they've done on the gusset decrease round 1, they have, hang on, let me sort of backtrack a bit. So before I started the heel flap, we finished on like a round 2 of the pattern, which was like a knit row. And then you did the gusset setup, so then like across the instep it was like a pattern row. So then it should have been a knit row following that. However, they've got it then that it is then another pattern row. So you've got like a pattern row, and then they do the next one as a pattern row and then a knit row. So actually on the round 1 of the gusset decrease, this sounds very confusing, but round 1 of the gusset decrease, it should be knit rather than the pattern row, if that makes sense. With this yarn, you actually can't really tell particularly. I was looking for it to see and you can't, it's not really that noticeable. But I think if you had a plain yarn, it probably would be. What I'm thinking about doing is on my next sock, I'll make it how it should be, and then we can compare them side by side just to see. You can kind of see, if you look at the space on the broken ribs, you can see like there are more purl stitches instead of like the knit on the every other one on like that little indent. But honestly, it's not enough to make me want to have gone back and picked it all out again. So yeah, I'm happy just keeping it as it is, but I'll correct it next time. I will write it into my pattern here, so if I remake this, then I'll have it the correct pattern there. And as I say, I've added it to my Ravelry notes. But yeah, it was just to let you know, I think what would have been better, and also then because for the leg and the foot, like row 1 of the pattern was like the knit and purl, row 2 was the knit, and yet they then kind of switch it up on the decreases for the gusset, where it's then the even number becomes the pattern row. The even number becomes pattern row, and the odd rows become the knit rows. So it's kind of like back to front. So it'd have probably been better for the gusset decreases if they'd have called round 1 like maybe like a setup row, and then gone into what was round 2 into like round 1, so it follows the previous pattern for the leg and the foot. I think I probably just confused everybody. I kind of know what I mean in my own head, but as long as you know what you're doing and you follow it, it doesn't really matter. But I think trust your gut, because when I was knitting it, I thought, I'm sure this is wrong. And actually it was. A couple of other people actually have gone and checked Ravelry notes, and a few other people have actually spotted this as well and mentioned it in their project notes. So I think what this has taught me is, in future, when I'm doing a pattern, I'm going to go through and see if anyone sort of spotted anything. There was no errata noted on the actual pattern page, which is a shame really, but I appreciate it's a free pattern. However, I think it's a really obvious mistake, so it would be nice if it was corrected and then no one else would have to sort of like stumble across it. But as I say, you can't tell with this yarn, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, it's coming on well. This should be done soon. Yeah, and there we go. So I just wanted to pop on to say hello. This is what I'm currently working on. The pattern and the yarn will be linked down below. Everything that I work on or mention, I will try and link in the description box. So yeah, I'm going to be popping to my mum and dad's later. I'll maybe take this with me and I can just do a few rounds whilst I'm there. It's really easy to work on. And then I'll be waiting for my yarn delivery to come from Wool Warehouse that I placed my order yesterday that you saw in last week's vlog. And I'm thinking about casting on something, so I actually think I might cast on a scarf. I've seen quite a few similar scarves to the Surface scarf, but rather than actually paying for the Surface scarf pattern, I think I'll just get one that looks similar to that, and that might just be a really nice little project to work on in between before I start my sweater. So yeah, let me know what you're working on, let me know what you're up to, and I will catch up with you later when I've got something to report on. Hello, it is Monday, and I'm just going to do a little bit of my sock. I've got a cup of tea. It's a really bright day, blustery, mild, but I just want to do a few rounds of my sock. It's coming on well actually. So yeah, why can't I speak properly? Anyway, yeah, it's coming on well, so I'm going to do a little bit of that. I use this little clicky counter for my rows. I absolutely love it. And as soon as I finish like a row, I'll just like click it and then it's done. I've been procrastinating looking for like a September like knit along or crochet along, and I can't work out what I want to do. So if you know of any, do let me know. And I'd quite like to maybe start something. I saw one of the like star blankets, potentially for a crochet, but I thought, do I want to start another crochet blanket when I need to finish that one? And I do need to work on my crochet blanket this week for sure. But And then I was looking last night at like Sophie shawls, and then like similar free versions of that. I thought that might be quite a good one to do when I'm watching TV on a night, just sort of sit and do that. And it'd be quite nice to have like a nice sort of scarfy thing. It's definitely going to be, I think, in another few weeks weather for scarves and that. And then I thought, do I get a hat? And I thought maybe I'll do a Musselburgh hat. And I just spend more time thinking about it. I think I just overthink it, and I should just see something and think, right, I'm going to just cast it on. And I don't know why, I just dilly-dally, but I don't know. Anyway, I hope you all have a really good week. I cannot believe now that is the 1st of September. So yeah, I'm going to just do a bit of this. I'm going to turn around, enjoy the view, or maybe catch up with a little bit of YouTube. I'm not sure, one or the other, but it's just, I love being in here. It's such a gorgeous space. So yeah, anyway, have a beautiful day. I will tune in with you later on, and hi. It's Wednesday the 3rd, and it is a very rainy, miserable day. I've had some lovely weather. Anyway, I am just about done with this sock. I just need to Kitchener the toe, so it is in all effects finished. It's been quite an enjoyable process actually, but this toe decreases were different to all the ones I've done before. Normally you do so many like decrease row, knit row, decrease row, knit row, and then for the last few it's just decrease every round. But this one, it just continues with the decrease knit, decrease knit, decrease knit till you get to the end, and they've got like 24 stitches left, like 12 on each needle, and I'm sure normally I go down to 8 on each needle, like so down to 16 when I do Crazy Sock Ladies. So it's going to be like a wider toe. I'm going to try it on just because it's like, this is, so the decreases are done over 20 rows. So yeah, it's just a bit, it's different. So we'll see what I think of it. I'll just actually have a look at it in comparison to like what my other toes are usually like. So like normally, let me try and get it this way so we can look in comparison. So you can see actually this one is much narrower, whereas this is going to be a little bit wider at the top. Let me try and get it to the end of the, where the decreases. It looks similar, it's going to be like a similar length toe. But if you see there, that's that shape and that's that. I don't know if you can tell properly. Can you maybe, if I sit it on top, it's just a bit more tapered in, I think, on this compared to this. We'll see on the finished ones, and we can look at it on the blockers and compare, but I'll try it and see, and it might be a more comfortable toe. I've also seen some where they do it where it's like more like an asymmetrical decrease, so you have more decreases on one side to the other to account for like your big toe and little toe, because your foot's slightly more on a wonk, isn't it? I suppose like the more socks I make, the more patterns I follow, I'll start to find like my preferences, won't I? I'll become a more experienced sock knitter. But yeah, I'm just sort of following the pattern. The only thing I've changed on this pattern, as I say, I did like the half twisted rib instead of just the regular 1x1. So maybe I'll go back to the regular ones and see. I'll maybe start doing like some double ribs, because I think the double ribs look nice. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it. I still would have liked a contrast cuff, heel and toe, but that will come. My wool's coming today, my yarn's coming today anyway, all my contrast colours, so we'll maybe try that on the next sock. But it's worked up really well. I like the yarn. I think it looks nice in the stockinette, but it looks okay as well in the rib. It's, you know, if you look at it side by side, you can still see the yarn pattern. It's not sort of, you know, with it being just a broken rib, I think it works really well with a patterned yarn, so that's a good one to know. All right, I'll pop back later when I've tried this on, and also when my yarn has arrived. It's coming today. It's tracked with Royal Mail. So that's been pretty quick this time. Okay, I'm gonna go and Kitchener this toe. Right, I've got my sock all grafted. So let's have a look. I haven't sewn this ending yet, but that's okay. Let's have a little look and see what it's like. Up we go. I've still got all my markers on, you know me. Oh, excuse me. Okay, well, it fits okay, actually. I suppose once I block it and everything, I'll know what it's like. Let me turn around. Let me turn around this way. Oopsie-daisy. Elegant as ever. Actually, let me get the camera in my... So, here we go. This is what it looks like. I think it looks quite nice, the broken rib. I think it's worked well with the pattern. As I say, I would have liked, so I've got leggings on, so it's a bit harder to see. I think the leg length's not bad actually, but I do think maybe my 10 rows shorter would be a better one for me. But I suppose with boots, these will be nice. But yeah, I think this was a 50 row leg, was it? I'm gonna go back to the 40s, I think, but at least like I know. But it feels, just trying to think of it, does it feel okay on the heel? Yeah, I think it feels a little bit wide around here. I think there's more stitches. Was there? It couldn't have been, could they? Because I had a 16 pickup. For some reason, I think when I was knitting it, I thought, well, that seems like there's more. I wonder why that was. I need to go back and check the pattern. But, yeah. There we go. Another sock is done. Toe feels okay. I'm just sad that I've got the graft with the orange. It'd been nice if it had been that. It's just it just helped the look of the drawer, isn't it, with self-like patterning yarn. I am a little bit aware of the toe. I think I prefer the other toe, I think, if I'm honest. So, but that's easy to just change myself for future toes as I'm like learning to, as I make more socks, I'm sort of learning that art. But yeah, or what I could have done would have been to do an extra couple of rows, just decreasing down further from the 12. I don't think I like it as much, but I think it's maybe I'm just not fond of that orange as well. But yeah, I think maybe another couple of rows, getting down to 8 stitches on each needle instead of 12 would have probably just made me feel a bit happier about it. I don't know. Anyway, there we are. It's still miserable out there. Anyway, to cheer the day up, I've had my wool warehouse delivery. That's really good because I only ordered it at the weekend. So I'm going to film a proper wool warehouse like haul video. But I thought let's just have a quick peek at what's inside. I love the fact we get everything in organza bags. Here we go. There's a little sneaky sneak of what we've got. Gorgeous. And it's all, I think everything I've got is the Yarn Smith Merino sock yarn, all 4 ply. Oh, have I only ordered, they've only sent me 1 ball of my I'm glad they opened this actually. You know how I've ordered the new Kids Silk mohair for my jumper? They've only sent me 1 ball. What have they said here? Quantity 1. I'm sure I ordered. I'm sure I ordered 6. It says I've only ordered 1. Oh, well, actually, it looks like it's a better colour. So I'm going to just double check. I'm going to have to place another order. What an idiot. I am certain my basket said I had 6 in. It does look like it's a good colour match though. So that is one thing. I'm going to just pop on quickly and check my order. But I've got the printed order here. And they've given me a different batch. So I think they've, I don't know. I need to go check my order. It's a bit strange. So I'll be back in a minute. I've just checked and it says on my invoice and on my order that I only ordered one. I am sure I clicked more. I've got no idea what's happened there. Anyway, it looks like it's a pretty good match. I'm going to nip up, compare it to the drops there to make sure it's going to go, but I think it's going to be a much nicer mix. And now I need to make sure they have got more of this shade in stock. What an idiot. So I'm up here. Oops, sorry. Ignore the dots. It's not your dirty screen. It is my wall. So I'm just, on first glances, it's looking good, isn't it? It looks better. So, yeah, if you remember from last time, this was the Drops Air I've got. And that was the original mohair, and it just felt too lilac-y. And this is the new one. Look at that. Amazing. I'm so pleased. Obviously, I'm stupid for not ordering enough. I don't know what I've done. But yeah, you can see there that is definitely the right shade. So I'm going to go and order a load more of this. And if nothing else, it means I'll be able to crack on with that other sock so I don't get second sock syndrome and totally distracted by this. But yeah, I'm really pleased. I made the right decision to order a different shade. I just don't know why they don't call them the same shade names or say compatible with. It'd make life simpler, wouldn't it? But that definitely is a lot better. Excuse the dodgy angle, but I thought I am going to cast on my next sock before this other yarn comes, before I start casting on my sweater. Otherwise, it's just going to be difficult to be motivated to get the sock, but at least if it's cast on, I can pick it up. But I've just done the most basic mistake. I've cast on, I'm halfway around my first rib row, and then I was just like, why is my working yarn over here? Oh, I've been knitting with the tail. So I'm just going to unpick, like knit backwards these stitches. Literally complete rookie mistake. I don't know what I was doing. How ridiculous. Like, oh, and it's the tightest round as well, being the first round, but just, oh, I just meant to get it. I was like, where's the rest of my wool? What an absolute moron. Never mind. These things happen. Hello crafty crafters, it's Thursday afternoon and it's Thursday tea time. So I have finished my cuff of sock 2 and I'm away. I'm on round 7 of the pattern. So I need to get this, I want to get to the heel, and then once I get to the heel, I will cast on something else. I wanted to cast on my socks for 52 weeks of socks, but now I'm thinking, because the one that was in that group, I don't think I really want to do that sock, if I'm honest. And then I want the first sock I do to be something that I really like. So I might have a look through the book and maybe find like maybe 3 options. And I might put a poll up on my channel and then get people to vote for it. Or I might just pick one myself. But I'm itching to do something different. Something cabley or lacy or both. And then obviously I placed my, did I tell you I placed my order at Wool Warehouse? So I've ordered the correct mohair, the correct amounts of that be coming. I'll probably have a little extra bit as well, I think. So I just thought I'll get an extra ball. I'll have way too much, but I can always like make another project with it later on, even like hold it double and make like a nice shawl or scarf or something, I don't know. And then to make it also I could get free shipping, I ordered 3 balls of Drops alpaca. So that'd be like 150 grams. And I thought that might be nice to do like a Sophie type scarf with or something like that. And that's obviously just like 100% alpaca. And it sounds like it'd be gorgeous. I've got it in like a pale grey colour. So, but I thought if I get 150 grams, that's more, you know, I should be able to get something really nice out of that. So or maybe make it into a hat or a scarf. Oh, it would just be lovely. I don't know. So yeah, I ordered that and I didn't get any more sock wool at all. And although it's the alpaca, is that a 4-ply? So technically, it could be. But I'm wondering if it would be. I wonder if I could make a muscle bra in it. I need to have a look. I can't remember what weight the yarn is. I think is it a 4-ply? I think it's a 4-ply. We will see anyway. But I just wanted to pop on and say I have been doing a little bit of something. Yay. So I'm gonna have a cup of tea, watch a bit of telly, and I'll catch you later. It's Friday. Socks coming on quite well actually. It does knit up super quick. So I've done now, I think I've done 28 rows, so I'm on row 29 of the leg bit and I do 40, so I'm nearly ready to do the heel flap. I'm sat really queer. Let me get myself sorted out. Last night I was going to start vlogging the start of 52 weeks of socks, and I thought I think I want to get to the heel. Or actually I think I want to do my heel turn and that and picked up the gusset stitches before I cast on another sock. I'm just really worried that I end up having too many projects on the go. I definitely seem to be, I think I'm more like a one project girl. However, the thought of having I quite like the idea of having a few different options to work on. And I think it's just about trying to evolve as a knitter. Because before I've been such an occasional knitter, an occasional crafter really, that I just want to, I don't know. I want to be able to have a sweater to pick up. Then I want to be able to have always have a pair of socks to work on. And then I also want to have an accessory or something that's a real easy knit to do whilst I'm watching telly at night. I'm loving knitting so much. So I think there's certain times if I've got some time I can sit and concentrate, that's when I want to do something that's a bit more complicated. So if it's my sweater and it's something that, until I get to the body part, if it's a bit where I'm needing to concentrate, I can sit and do that. Or if it's a complicated pattern, or if I ever progress to colour work, something where I can sit and concentrate. There's a blooming fly here. Yeah, but I just like the idea of having different things and accessories and that. And I think it's just, and I think I need to get a little, I don't know. I maybe need to find things that I like and put them into a roulette style wheel and then just spin the wheel. And then whatever it lands on is what I make. So that could be good. So it could do, that's what I cast on. So it could be something well, it won't be a garment because I'm doing that, but it could be an accessory, hat, scarf, gloves, socks, home decor, something else. And then I could look knit or crochet. Ooh, what am I'm just trying to keep it interesting, a little bit spicy. Anyway, I just popped on to say it's fine because I realised I'm just trying to pop on through the week, just to let you know how things are going. I really do like this. I think someone commented yesterday that they thought I maybe didn't like it very much, the yarn. I do. But as I've mentioned a few times now, I think it'd be nicer with the contrast as a real sock, because it's such a great pattern. I mean, a great self-patterning yarn. I really do like it actually. It feels quite rustic but still soft. Not as soft as the merino, but I think it feels softer than the Drops Fable. But anyway, yeah, I'm really happy with how it's coming on. So I'm going to go because I think I'm probably repeating the same things every single day. But I do think it'd be quite fun to maybe have a roulette wheel to try and work out what to cast on next. And then that way, I've just got to do it, haven't I? That'd be great. And it also, actually, I could maybe do knit, crochet, resin, paper craft, jewellery, diamond painting, cross stitch. I dabble in too many things. It's a jack of all trades, master of none. That is me. But that could be quite good actually. We could maybe just have a separate playlist and we just sort of do that now and again. craft roulette. Let me know what you think. So I've been to Tesco's and done a little bit of a little catch-up shop just because my grandson's coming later today till Sunday. But when I was in there, I saw these, so I picked them up because years ago I used to keep my yarn in bags. I used to store that, but mainly because I used to buy 2 or 3 balls of the same colour and I just keep it all together that way so it wasn't getting mixed up and I knew what I had. But more so now, and I think particularly because I'm buying more yarn with like wool content and obviously moths and everything like that, and it's going to be up in the loft, I'd rather it be sort of in a sealed bag, just to sort of keep it free from bugs, moths and all that lot, and it just sort of keeps it cleaner and keeps dust away. So yeah, I've got these little zip seal food bags. I don't know what size, they're medium size, got them from Tesco. So I mean we'll do like an organisation of my yarn video one day. I think what I could do is, as I log it on Ravelry, my stash, once it's been logged, I could put it in a bag. That's a good idea. And then everything in the bag has been logged on Ravelry as in my stash, and if I go to use it and it's in the bag, I know I need to sort of when I'm doing my projects on Ravelry, I can sort of mark using my stash. I really want to get an idea of what I've got and then try and just work using that. So let's have a little look at it. So actually they're quite a nice size. I'll be able to fit a few balls in there. And then what I could do is I could maybe put my date that I purchased it, or maybe like the batch numbers or the colours or what it is particularly is. But you should be able to see it. The nice thing is clear one side, you've got all the information on the other, and then yeah, you've got your little Ziploc seals on the top. So yeah, I think that'd be absolutely brilliant. I'd be able to keep 2 or 3, it depends how much the stuff I've got, because if you think of like the mohair, I could probably get all of like maybe all that 6 balls maybe in one of these bags. So it'll just help organise it as well and sort of keep it clean. And then I might look at getting some plastic storage drawers. I used to have some, but they were so brittle, and when I moved I just dumped them because I've had them years and years and years. But I might just get like some of the 4-drawer plastic drawers, you know what I mean, the big deep ones, and then I can just sort of maybe keep it all in there, have a couple of drawers for sock yarn, maybe one drawer that's maybe patterned, one drawer that's plain, or all the merinos in one and the wool blends in another. I don't know, we'll work it out. But yeah, I just thought to show you them. So that'll be coming up in the future, we'll do like a wool organisation logging storage video. So yeah, let me know if you'd like to see it, but I'm probably going to film it anyway. Okay, I'm going to just go get myself sorted out, but I thought I'd just show you that quickly. Michael, what do you want me to make you then? What shall I make you?
A pumpkin hat.
A pumpkin hat?
Yeah.
Okay. So literally so happy because I just said to my grandson, like Michael, he's 5, I went, would you like Nana to knit you a hat? And he was like, oh, yes, please. And I went, what colour would you like? And he went, orange. And I forgot because orange is his favourite colour. So I went, do you want it to be like a pumpkin? He was like, yeah. So I'm going to look for some orange yarn. I'm certain I've got some. I want something that's going to knit up quite quickly because he's away home tomorrow. So ideally, like worsted weight, you know, but I'll have a look, see what I've got. I'm so excited. I've got some orange here, but there's not enough. But I have got some green. That's double knit if I need to make stock. Keep looking. I don't have it. I have got this merino, but it's not, I don't think it's orange enough. So I think we're going to go to a soft play area shortly anyway, and we do pass a really good yarn shop. and it pains me to say it, I think I have to go buy some more. I'd like it to probably be worth it, just so it works up super fast so I can get it done. But this feels so nice. But yeah, I'll just go get something, and I'm gonna go find a pattern now and look for something that's only like double knit or worsted. Probably chunky is gonna be too chunky, but yeah. So I can't believe I ain't got orange. Never. I was convinced I had. I honestly thought I did have, but yeah, there's just that little bit. I'm sure I bought some before for a pumpkin hat and never made it, but who knows? I can't find it. What a shame. Well, warehouse has come. It's Saturday, so I'm just going to check that it's all the same batch, and then yeah, then I can get my jumper started, which is really exciting. So yes, the number is the same. I also got some drops alpaca just to make up my order to get free postage, because it makes sense, doesn't it, really? So I ended up ordering, I think I ordered another 6. Hang on, how did I order? 6 of the pink pearl. So I now have 7 of this, which is should definitely be plenty. Probably too much, but I can always make it into like another garment, you know, if I want. I'll have it in my stash. So yeah, there is the rest of the mohair, yay! And then I just got this. I wanted to try it, and I thought if I get like a little soft grey, it's in the shade 501. So this is the drops alpaca light grey mix, 50-gram ball. So 3 of these were £10.50. So where's that? £3.50 a ball. So it is a group A yarn. Recommended size is 3mm, US 2.5. Gauge is 24 stitches by 32 rows, 50 grams, 100% alpaca. Now, I just got this because I thought, oh, that looks nice. And I kind of wanted to maybe make like a dupe of like a surfy scarf or surfy shawl on it. So I've got 3 balls of that. And then I've been seeing loads of people saying how gorgeous this is to work with after I'd ordered it. I think like Crea Bear, I've started watching her vlogs, and yeah, she seems to absolutely adore this. So I'm really, really happy I've picked it up. It feels beautiful. So yeah, this will just go into my stash. But I think I thought it'd be nice just as a really good sort of like general, like either scarf or maybe hat. Might even have enough to do both. We shall see. But yeah, so that is everything that's just come. Grandson's here just now, so I'm really busy, so I'm not sure how much more I'll get done. I've literally got my sock now. I've just got up to the heel flap. I've finished my leg, so that'll probably be it now, actually, I think, because today's vlog, well, this week's vlog finishes today. New one will start again tomorrow. So I think this is a really good place just to sign off and say thank you so much to all of you who have tuned in again this week. I really, really appreciate it. If you're enjoying them, do give me a thumbs up. It'll help massively. Consider subscribing, but I do appreciate my channel has a real mix of things, but hopefully you'll find it enjoyable, and leave a comment down below if you want to. But yeah, ta-da! That is it now. No more yarn buying this week. Okay guys, take care. See you all in my next vlog. Bye for now.